Female Ustuleti.
Oh, nice. Hey, did you get a shot of this over there? Really nice light.
Bye-bye. This is a little baby orange-eye Parsons, born on June 13th. Well, a couple weeks old. Doing really good. He's licking his lips there. Either he ate a baby mantis or some fruit flies. Got both in here right now. I'm gonna put some crickets in here too. Oh, my guess was it was a little mantis. Mantid. I got tons of little baby mantis hatching right now. I mean, like thousands of them. Love the orange coloration on this little guy. This one here is orange too. This one's really orange. This one was born on the 13th also. Tomorrow's weigh day. They're gaining really good. I mean, they're small, but they're gaining about 0.3 of a gram a week. I have some that are hitting 3 grams right now at less than 4 weeks old, so it's probably double their birth weight. So here's a male Kaluma Amber showing off to the female, and the female saying, "No way, Jose." Look at her occipital lobes are fully extended. Oh, that's something you don't see every day. Something's got to give here. It's pretty persistent. It's not bobbing his head now. Sorry about the focus here. It's hard for the camera to focus because of their positions. I have bugs crawling on my legs. That doesn't help. Okay, so clearly he got the message. He's moving away. She's still telling him to get away. So this is my new wild-caught Kaluma Malthae. When I got her, she was going down to the very bottom of the cage. And I thought maybe she was just freaked out, but I palpitated her and felt at least one egg in her. So I made a kind of hurriedly put together a lay bin, which is just a 5-gallon Home Depot trash bucket or bucket, and with some play sand and a couple pieces of ficus tree stuck in it. She immediately started digging. Took her about a full day or so to do the deed. Actually, she dug one hole and the sand wasn't quite wet enough, and I came out here and she was completely buried except for the end of her tail sticking out. So I pulled her out of there and then wetted the sand some more and then kind of started her hole again, and then she completed her thing. So she's filled it all back in, and I'm gonna see what she's got going on. I'm gonna put her back in her, this is kind of her temporary enclosure. I'm waiting to get rid of another yellow giant baby and then she'll go into that cage, but she's in this little enclosure right now where she can get food and water. Okay, so let's see. Pull these out. Kind of wish I had a glove on, but I'll be surprised if there's very many, because I really could only feel like one egg. But chameleons are really good at hiding how many eggs they have when you palpitate them. Oh, so there's 3 right there. And that's it. I might have, oh, here's the 4th one. Oh, here's a 5th one. Oh, they're small. Oh, there's, no way. 6, 7, 8. Alright, I'm totally surprised she had 8 eggs in her when I could only feel 1. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'll go through this little, there's a rock, but that wasn't inside of her. And I'll go through this a little more because, let's see, they're so small, I might have missed some. So, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 8. They're really small. Hopefully they're fertile. Wow. Pretty cool. Kaluma Malthae. These are 2 type of Kaluma that you don't see very often in captivity in the United States. It's the Kaluma globifer and my Christopher. This is the Lorax. He's captive bred. Captive bred and born. And I got this guy when he was like 4 grams. He's 6 years old, and the Lorax I think is 3. Yeah, Lorax is like super healthy. His cage is just filled in like crazy this year. He's got a female in here too. It's a little small. They haven't really been together that I've seen. She's been a little freaked out, but she did eat yesterday, which is good. Anyway, Lorax is getting his blood pressure up this morning a little bit, which is good every once in a while. This guy never really does that. When he's upset, he's got a little tinge of yellow to him. Normally green and black is when he sees females, or a lot of times he's green and black all the time. But we're going to be going into winter here soon. Anyway, these are 2 pretty special chameleons. Looks like this globifer might have a little mouth thingy going on. I have to check it out. See right there in the front, not because it's open, but there's a little bump right in the front of his mouth. He's always kind of had something going on there. But yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. I'm going to be babysitting this male Parsons for a while. He came to me yesterday. They ate like 8/26, 2017. I'm going to try and get him back on track. He has a few little issues. Most notably is he has a mouth infection right in the very front of his mouth, right in that part of his mouth right there. When he was brought over, I noticed that he had some swelling on the side of his mouth. He's got a little buildup right on the side of his mouth right there. Probably bug guts or whatever. But anyway, when I opened his mouth, I saw there was an infection in the front of his mouth. And I started cleaning it out a little bit, and part of his teeth, about probably 3/8 of an inch of his teeth line, just came right out. So infection had got underneath his teeth. Otherwise it doesn't look real bad from what I saw. I'm gonna be cleaning it out and starting him on some antibiotics. Which he should be okay. I think his mouth is tender. He's not, so far he hasn't eaten for me. He's obviously very thirsty. He doesn't have a lot of fat on his tail, which is a sign of dehydration, and I guess he's lost quite a bit of weight. Also, one of his eyes is slightly bulgier than the other eye. Not sure if that's an issue yet or not, but I'll check it out. Maybe we're going to put him on some Baytril, so not only will it help with this mouth infection, but if he's got something else going on, hopefully it'll help fix that up too. Came to me with a really nice cage. Got like a rain dome kind of set up. I just got some Mr. nozzle that spray inside this Tupperware container and drip down. Seems to really like that. So I have access to RO water. He's on a misting system with my other Parsons, so he'll be getting lots of water. He'll be very hydrated soon. So we'll see if we can get him back in shape. I would say he's about 70% health-wise. So we'll see how he does. As long as he starts eating, everything will be good. This enclosure is probably 12 feet high, and it's long, probably over 100 feet long. It's dirt on the ground. For those of us that keep Parsons, this is kind of the dream setup, I would think. I don't think we keep them together like this, obviously, but I think if they have enough room, and you know, you can see that you have a little island here in front of me, and another one behind there, and another one over here, and then another one over here. So, you know, the chameleons are able to move away from each other and have visual barriers. So, you know, I'm sure it's possible to keep them together like this, and they look good. And he said some of these have been in here together or been here for 15 years or more. So it looks like it works out if you have enough room. I have a pretty good sized enclosure in my in Southern California, and I actually tried to cohabitate some females together, and I didn't have the same experience. They didn't seem to like each other. Maybe over a period of time they would adjust a little better, but I ended up separating them. But it's interesting to see this. It's always good to try new things as long as you supervise what's going on, and we don't want to, obviously don't want to hurt the chameleons that we have. We put a lot of effort into obtaining them and trying to breed them and everything, so I got to keep that in mind and be careful. That's how we learn. See what works and see what doesn't. Make adjustments when we need to. We have a lot of good keepers on this trip, and I think they're all very practical about keeping chameleons and using their head about different things, lighting, whatnot. Of course, we're a little leery about sharing information or showing stuff like this when the chameleons are drinking out of troughs and stuff, because we always worry about contamination of the water source and all that. So it's not typically something that we tell new keepers to do or recommend, and a lot of people are really adamant about that. They don't even drink out of standing water things, you know. So, but we don't know it all. You gotta have open minds. We have a lot to learn with chameleons. There's a baby Cluma parsoni walking by a panther chameleon, and they're not even paying attention to each other. Of course, the parson's moving really slow, but that's what they do. They're not in a hurry.
Young man, Globifera.
Oh. And here's a young male Globifer.
Yes, with 2 horns, the head.
Yeah. How old would you say this is? How old?
This is 5 years old.
5?
Yes.
Really?
2 years.
Huh?
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say 5 years he would be adult,
2 years.
even 3 years adult, huh?
Excuse.
How long do you think it takes them to grow to adult size?
5 or 6.
5 or 6 years. Yeah, I have a male that's a little bit smaller than this at home. This is very pretty. Yeah, can I get a nice side shot? There you go. Yeah, oh. I don't know what he's upset about. I think he's seen something with his other eye, maybe. Yeah, wow, look at that. That's a great shot. Great shot of that guy.